just retired in the physical therapy department at UCSF. And so what made you want to go into physical therapy to begin with?
Well, I kind of led kind of a very kind of backwards and not well-planned life. I just kind of used kind of my intuition, senses, so I never really formally looked at physical therapy as a career. I actually kind of backed into it in a way because I was always kind of the arts were kind of where my heart was at. And the biggest daydreams I would have when I was younger about what I would like to do as an adult was I always thought that if I was a photographer for National Geographic or some kind of documentary crew that went out, that idea was just so kind of, I still feel that way. And so there was a time where I thought maybe it might happen, so I studied video production and stuff, and I wanted to kind of optimize my chances of maybe kind of getting into documentary filmmaking.
Right.
And so one of the things that I thought was kind of out of the box thinking was, well, I had a friend at that time, and we both talked about this, and he was interested in getting an EMT license, just to get. And I thought, well, that might be good on my resume, as walking up to like let's say a production crew and say, well, not only can I do videotape work, I also could render first aid if we're out on location. I thought that would just enhance kind of my. And so that's when I went and got certified to be an emergency medical technician with my friend Monty. And then just by chance, I was working at a kite factory in San Francisco at that time, and one of my coworkers was working at Mount Zion Hospital, and he was an administrative assistant. And he said, "Hey Jim, there's a position open for a physical therapy aide. Are you interested?" And I went there and interviewed, and what actually got me in was me getting my EMT license, which gave me a little bit of medical background. So that kind of got me in the door, and then from that point on, I realized that what I was doing there and what I did for the next 10, 20, 30 years was something I just kind of stuck with. And what it turned out to be actually was kind of I didn't know about physical therapy, and once I got involved, I love the people that did it, like Heidi. I mean, it was kind of my kind of people in a sense where it wasn't kind of like nursing, it was kind of more physical. I noticed a lot of the therapists were kind of sports and athletic kind of oriented, and so I kind of liked that kind of group of people. And little by little, I just realized I loved the kind of people that were going into physical therapy. I just loved kind of what they were coming in with, which were people wanting to help in healthy, athletic people wanting to do good.